This is what I like this kind of show too, because we're just gonna talk about whatever, do it. It is what it is.
Yeah, let's go.
One thing, why do you think that black people seem to have a higher expectation from each other when it comes to business that we will take from white companies that don't do certain things in stores, but for black person, that's why I don't with black people. That's why I don't with black people. Why are we so hard like that? Is it still part
we've been trained to think whites are the greatest. That's brainwashing.
Okay.
We've been trained to think they're the best. Well, you think about hundreds of years of being told you ain't. It's hard to untrain that. You know what I mean? So when we see like black business, we be like, you better, because there could be a person with like sells ice on one side and white person selling, and you'll go to the white person first.
Oh wow, well.
Because we're trained. It's like the black doll, white doll experiment that Jane Elliott, who is an ally, that woman has never veered off. Her, Tim Wise, you talk about white folks that literally spit that knowledge. Some black kids would go straight to the white doll because they're trained to make, we're insufficient, ugly, we're not smart enough, which is all untrue.
Right.
You understand? Because we were the first people to be thinkers and architects and mathematicians. We were the first to do all of that. We were the first on the planet. We were the first to piss, fart, do whatever. We were the first. But they somehow were able to take us over because we let them in and then train us to say you ain't.
Right.
And then we're going to train you with religion, which they love to use for black people. Religion is the best way to shut black people down. And that it make us docile, and it still continues. Sorry, but I mean, I'm sure people are like, not my church, not my church.
Right. But I still feel like, but still, but we will support each other. But we have a thin line. We'll say, hey, if this coffee is a little bit too cold, that's the. I'm going to the white folks, and the white folks have cold coffee. And be like,
that's brainwashing because you think that they're superior still.
So we think that they're superior.
It's brainwashing, and it's subconscious too. The scary part about our subconscious, sometimes we do things subconsciously. Like even in this business, there's some things where you feel insecure about because you don't think you're good enough sometimes. Sometimes you might go, man, I don't do that kind of because you don't really feel like, because you consciously always keep saying, nah, I don't think I'm good, I'm doing good. When it sinks into your subconscious, you act upon that, not even knowing. It's like, it's like interracial dating, man, Interracial dating. Some people date, I think most people date for an agenda. I don't think they really date because of love. A lot of times it's sure. People say love transcends color. Go f*** yourself. That's a bunch of because a lot of times people date because they want to get back at somebody or they're mad and they're tired of their race. A lot of times they'll say I'm not saying that there aren't no love couples, but no one talks about that other side of interracial dating. They always talk about, but love transcends color. Really?
So you're saying
as much as we've been each other, it's still racist.
When you
would think the racism out of each other, and it hasn't worked.
I heard that. So when you date out of your race, there's an agenda. You're saying
a lot of times there is. I didn't say
some agenda when race on race, black on black. They rent, money, finances, or something.
No. I'm just saying that subconsciously you might do something. Let's say I'm dating white women. I just date white women because I just like them. But subconsciously, you've never felt enough. You felt like you ain't. So you just act upon who you choose from being actually insecure.
Right.
But it's subconscious.
Right.
And I think when you untrain that through knowledge of self, which I know it sounds corny, but knowledge of self, when you get knowledge of self, you start to make different types of decisions, man. When you educate yourself, you make different types of decisions. And like I say, you do date someone outside of your race, but you date it because, no, I actually care about that person, but I don't hate my women. I don't go, I'm dating her because black women ain't that kind of corny that people do. Oh, I don't date black men because you met 3 black dudes on the planet. There's millions of us. And 3 of them caused you to go with somebody from another race who might call you by accident. Then what do you do? And a lot of people ain't gonna report that. A lot of people in interracial relationships have been called but won't say nothing because they don't want to report to us. And he's like, we told you so.
Right.
Told you dumb. It's just like you said, if somebody's coffee's a little cold, we'll take that. It's like somebody be calling you in a relationship, you'll take it. But let your own people say, I'm leaving you.
Right.
That type. That's from training and being trained to feel inferior. Wow. And that inferior behavior is acted upon everything you do. Everything you buy, it's like that because you think they're But when you start to know, and you start knowing, and you got knowledge of self, you go, what? Shut the f-. When they talk, you be like, I don't even believe anything you saying, because you lie too much. That's why these little kids, these little black kids, is so important. When they start to, you ever see kids that know their knowledge of self?
Right, wow.
Man, they handle their, they go, nah, they already know. They go, nah, I already know about these white kids. They always trying to say, but they're not they're not as smart as us. You ever see black kids like they really know their,
I don't know.
they always look like they're ahead of the game.
Nice.
They always know. They'll go back home and say, yeah, man, this white kid, he's mad because I'm da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
But I don't like, I'm telling you, it's knowledge of self and being aware of it. You know, they just had these black girls just solve this math problem, a 2,000-year-old math problem. These two black girls just solved it.
Really? Beautiful.
They just solved it. I'm like, this, the f you mean, son? That's what we are. You give a little black kid a hug and say you love them, it's over. They're gonna be nuclear scientists.
Come on now.
That's all you do, say, I love you, you're the gone. But they gotta make sure that they keep us negative and on each other. You ain't, you ain't, you ain't, you ain't. Like the music that's vibrating at a low level now, this corny ass that they playing now.
Okay, speaking of that, not that, but
and I'm not saying our music was all great, but a lot of our was amazing.
Okay,
because that was the agenda, was good music first.
Turn me up a little bit, turn me up a little bit.
If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?